All right, so good morning to you if you just joined us on the South African Morning. And now we're going to chat to none other than Mapaseka Muroa. And she is a political analyst, and we'll be discussing all things upcoming elections, of course. Now, of course, we need to know communities' participation in the role that they're going to play in the upcoming local municipal elections. And let's unpack that now fully, because we've been talking about, the parties and who's going to come out on top, but let's talk about the community specifically.
Okay, thank you so much for having me.
It's only a pleasure.
I think, look, the first place to look at would be the Constitution. Section 152 states that it's one of the objects of local government to actually encourage the community to take part in local government. The Municipal Systems Act, also Section 17, provides that it is the responsibility of local government to establish processes and procedures to ensure that the community again takes part in local government and what they're planning to do. So there are different processes that we can take part in. The first would be the Integrated Development Plan. This is the plan where, talk of service delivery, economic development. So it's the most critical one. It's drafted every 5 years. It's revised yearly, but this is where people want to get involved to ensure that they have an influence in terms of what takes part in the next 5 years of that local municipality. Another way would be through the drafting of the budget. Another way, of course, would be the drafting and the implementation of bylaws. Another way would be the review system of that particular local government. So people can get involved through making representations, so commenting on the budget, commenting on the bylaws, so that you are able to have a say in the laws that are adopted in your particular municipality. Another way is through the ward committees that exist. So they're a buffer between councillors and the community, and we can bring our issues to them and they take to the councillors. So it's crucial that we take part. We are the oversight that exists in this democracy.
And, we talk about participation and, when we look at voter turnout, what we expect voter turnout is going to be this year, I don't think there's going to be a lot of people that are going to go to the polls as much as we'd like. But that doesn't mean that you can still take part in this, right?
Yes, absolutely, 100%. So if you are not registered to vote, if you're going to be part of the people who are registered to vote but decide not to vote, it doesn't mean you can't take part. It's crucial that you do. There's been talk over and over again about how there isn't enough oversight in terms of local municipality. We know the decay that they're in. So it's crucial that we take part. You've got instances where companies have actually taken a further step to litigate, to take municipalities to account. In Lagos municipality, for instance, where a company in that particular municipality took the local government to the High Court and said, look, you're actually threatening 40% of our production. And so the High Court ruled that national government intervene in that particular municipality's affairs. So not every South African is going to have the resources to litigate, but you do have this one or multiple ways to take part in holding your local government accountable.
Do you think, this is something that not a lot of South Africans actually know? Obviously, isn't something that a lot of South Africans know? How can we make this known to more people? Where does it start? So we can get people to actually do this.
It would be amazing if it started at school level. That civic, yes,
100%.
That civic education is crucial.
Please continue with this, but there are not subjects in school level that can actually teach you these things.
Absolutely. The most basic one would be constitutional law. That's something that should be on a high school level. People should know their constitution, right? It's the highest law of the land. So, children in high school, students rather, should be taking part in knowing exactly what is in there, particularly Chapter 7, which is the local government chapter that is relevant right now. They should be able to recite that, know the functions of local government, know the objects of local government, and how they take part as well. So that education should be a requirement in high school.
Do you think this education of these things is hidden from people purposefully?
I hope not.
Okay.
I certainly hope not.
Okay.
But you know what? What we can do is ensure that we educate ourselves at the least. I mean, there are YouTube channels. You can check websites that have this information. This information is available. So let's take that. Let's be responsible and try to educate ourselves at the least, right?
Brilliant.
At the least.
Thank you so much, Mapaseka Muroa. Muroa. Thank you so much, Mapaseka, for joining me this morning. Of course, she talked about community's involvement in not only the upcoming elections, but also your role that you can play afterwards in making sure that your municipality is accountable for what they do.